tree grow through the graves here. So we're here in Arnowsvale Cemetery. I'm here with my friend Tom, and I brought Tom here just to see what is happening here in Arnowsvale. And I noticed this several years back when I came here, and I did a little bit of research on this, and I found out that in fact most people think the trees were here first and then the graves were put in between the trees, whereas in fact the opposite was happening, as you can see by this, what is happening here with this tree. You know, this tree has actually forced its way up through the grave, and all its roots presumably has gone further down, and so this tree has grown, this beautiful tree has grown through taking its nourishment, as it were, from the ground, which is involved with the remains of people. So when I look at these trees now, I look at them as beautiful trees because I like them, but when I look at them now, I also see within them, actually, these trees have the remains of human beings in them. And I find that not only fascinating, but wonderful, wonderful, because it really proves to me that we're all interconnected, and that we are all one, and that in fact, I am this tree. I am this tree. And I can say that, I think, about every thing that I do or try to do. And the question I have to ask myself then is, who am I? Who am I? If you come round here, you'll see the grave, which is kind of pushed over, you know, and it's grown up right through. And you just go up and see the trees that are... Yes, as you can just see from this grave, they use this term for people dying to fall asleep. But I just let you into a little secret, is the majority of people are asleep before they die. And they stay asleep for such a long time, as I did in my life. And they stay asleep, and then some of them become unconscious. So they kind of go through life thinking that they are living a full life. They are living with their real self. But in fact they're living with the me. Because I believe, I'm not Ray, and this isn't Tom filming me. We belong to something greater, a greater oneness. We are greater than the sum of our parts, and we have to touch into that. If we don't touch into that, and as we can see by our society, we will be living second-rate lives. We will be doing all the things that we're supposed to do, which society tells us, you know, growing up, going to school, getting married, getting a mortgage, getting a good job, and then things finish. And unless we experience some way or the other a real death in our lives, we can't come alive. Because the opposite of death is birth. Always remember that. So as I stand among death here all around me, and I see all these trees growing beautifully, there is rebirth going on. But the big question is rebirth going on inside me? So we haven't got in touch with who we are as human beings, so every decision that is made by us, if we're not aware and not in touch with ourselves, is bound to be negative. If I can just give you an example, really, we go on so much, for instance, about the wars in the Middle East and terrible insurrections by ISIS, etc. But if you trace that really back a bit to who we are and look at our own lives, we will find that there's a lot of conflict probably in our own lives. I may be in conflict with myself, I may be in conflict with my neighbours, with my family, with nature, you know, and that it comes back to who am I, and how do I see myself? And do I see myself as connected to something greater than ourselves, as well as everybody else? I am everything else. I am everybody. I am these trees. I am these bodies in the earth. Everything is up for rebirth and renewal. And the challenge for all of us in our society, I would suggest, is whether we will become more aware of who we are. People are starting to become conscious, to wake up and say, there's something different going on, and there's something different happening. And I just want to finish by just saying, as I say to people, we are eternal, and when you're speaking to somebody, always remember you're speaking to what I would call universal consciousness, because there's only one of us here. And always remember that. There is only one of us here.